Right, welcome to Raising Funds for World Domination, day number 299. So for today's update, there are once again no updates on the anticipated appeal. There is a sponsored block type in the Shopify Store. The last long-form video was, 13 days ago. So I did a little bit of work on the next video today. And today we will continue with work on the terminal block mining simulation game. So last night, I did some changes to the directory structure. So I integrated that, merged that in and pushed in just to avoid future confusing merge conflicts. So there's now only one client. And it supports both the single player and multiplayer connection, which I guess we'll test momentarily. I guess that works. I guess I should also implement a close connection. Just not doing anything. Oh, that's the wrong one. Looks pretty crazy right now. I need better frame management. Okay, that's close enough. Yesterday, I think I was making an error menu or an like status message thing. What's up, Plex64? How's it going? Grand Archibald says, hello, boss. How's it going? Grant S says, been a while. How's it going? You're back? Excellent. Is your Canuck stream layout done that way on purpose to look more homemade, down to earth? No, it's just the easiest. It was the easiest way to set it up, and it's on my long to-do list of improvements to improve it. I guess if I got more views and more revenue from it, then I would invest more in it. But at this time, it doesn't seem to actually be a very big revenue mover. So I don't know. I may have to take streaming off of the video production to do what do you call it, off of my schedule. It doesn't seem to be producing any kind of growth. Haven't been here since day 160. Nice layout. Yeah, I think it could be better. It's not. There's a lot of wasted space on it. It's just the easiest way to stream with, like I just share the window in OBS. It's not good because I can't even see the title because they changed the YouTube layout, so I can't even show it. I think I need to look into. I don't even know if I can do a better layout unless I send to like a third-party server, like Stream Elements or something. There probably is. There might be. I can probably use like the latest version of OBS, but then I have to like download it and set up a UI for it. These are easy things to do, but the return on investment is questionable. Using Godot scripts. So Zig has gone rusty. What are you talking about? I second that question. Game engine dev. Oh, I guess just a general proclamation about working on Godot. It's been this layout since day 3-ish. Yeah, I think it basically has been. It changed a little bit. You used to be able to see the title in full, but they changed how the UI works on YouTube. Streaming doesn't create more conversion. No, actually, I lose I lose subscribers from streaming. For a while, it seemed like it was producing growth, but like if I check my channel stats, it's a pretty consistent loss. I figured it's okay to probably lose a viewer. I don't know. Maybe eventually the algorithm would converge and I would like figure out some growth from it or something, but that doesn't seem to be happening. And I thought it was the monetization before, but that doesn't seem to be. I had monetization off, and then I turned it on, and then the views went up. But then I turned it. Then the month after that, it just reverted. So something else. It doesn't surprise me. It is watching someone code is not very entertaining. I think it's still a decent sales and advertising method. Maybe if I just did this 12 hours a day, but if I did this more, then I would be doing videos less. And the videos are what seems to bring in most of the money. Game Dev Chat says, day 299. Good evening. Yep, tomorrow will be day 300. Fixer Quiz says, I'm Batman. Awesome. Congratulations. Initially, I chose Godot to create OBS overlay effects. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. There's no stream discovery on YouTube. Are you double streaming on Twitch? I am not, and that is on the to-do list. My original plan was to continue streaming and video production, and then I guess going back 6 to 8 months ago, I was actually cash flow positive every month. So I thought, okay, in a couple of months, like I don't want to spend too much money on new equipment, but I think I'll be able to get enough money to buy a second better computer, and then multi-stream or something. But then that never happened. One's for 5821 says, howdy, how's it going? Having lots of videos seems key. Professor Dave explains. There's almost 2,000 incredibly niche educational videos. Many get few views. He's quite comfortable. Yeah, that's it also seems like if I publish new videos, like recently I've been publishing those shorts from my last video, and those shorts in total, like it's easy to just recycle that content. And collectively those shorts have more views than the original video, but also posting those massively increases. Like I think it's like I'm trending up to before that, the overall channel views were very, very low. It was like 20, or maybe like 10,000 per day or something. And now it's up to like about 50,000 per day. And the other thing is the backlog of videos. Like videos I posted a long time ago, if I just post new videos, even if the new videos don't do well and don't get views, my old videos will immediately start getting views because I posted a new video. That's kind of how the algorithm works. Shorts are fantastic. Excellent. Do you mean the new ones or the older, the Linux command ones? The newer ones are, the style is quite different, but I also kind of, some people probably don't like them, but I would like to have the capacity to publish lots of different kinds of stuff that gives me the flexibility to kind of grow in any direction. All old videos get views from new shorts that become popular. So when I post a video, when I post any new video, almost immediately, like a random old video, mostly it's usually my, like often my how to make a CPU video. That's the one that spikes up immediately. So it'll go like, it'll be getting like, I'll post a video about something and then the how to make a CPU video, the views will just instantly go like 10x. And sometimes I think it also figures, it tries to figure out like which video is closest related to it. So the, actually there's a bunch of the favorite Linux command shorts that have never done well. Like I posted them like, I guess it's like 3 years ago now, and they've gotten like 2,000 views, and a few of them like instantly 5x'd the total views after just posting some shorts. Like you interject humor. My favorite shorts would be why you're dangerous, or how to build a CPU. My favorite long form was your rent dispute, or to become a broke loser. Yeah, people seem to people like the humor ones. I try to like the one how to become dangerous one, or what was it? How I became dangerous. Those ones are like, it's takes more. In the time I took to make those, I could make like 5 other shorts. But I think having one good one has like way more longevity and growth potential in the long term. But at least so far, like that one still, it's got like 20,000 views or something, but it's made, I don't know, $2 or $3 in revenue. But it sticks in people's brain, so it's an investment in the future. Devin says, "Bro, what's up?" Not too much. Just working on the block mining simulation game. I should put a space under that. Just now I tried to CRAM QWN coder next into Docker with 64 gigs. I'm not really sure what that means. Trying to CRAM, I don't know what Qwen3 coder next. I don't recognize that. Exactly the stuff puts you on the map. I don't know anything about Linux, but after watching your humor stuff, maybe you want to learn. You're clearly really smart. Well, thank you. Yeah, hopefully, the next, some of the last few shorts, the last, like 5 or something that I put out this week, they have AI images. I already get a bunch of people complaining about how they don't like AI on them. But hopefully they do well in the long term. Those ones were pretty easy to create. So it'd be nice if I could just make other similar ones. See, RAM, it's a new LLM. I was joking about RAM. Oh, okay, I guess things, the popular discourse is moving too fast. I can't keep up with it. I intentionally don't keep up with it. Yeah, there's too much going on. There's all kinds of things going on in the news. And there's all this information that everyone's looking at and processing and reacting to. bit techy. My landlord flew drones over coming Friday, and they want to demolish my brother's backyard workshop. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough context to comment on that. Want to demolish brother's backyard workshop? Is it so he's renting the place? That's the problem with renting. You gotta own stuff. Otherwise, the landlord comes in all the time. Said, "This is my place. I'm gonna do what I want." How do you feel about the media these days? Is it just me, or does it seem a little biased? What I've noticed, and this is one of the things I thought about doing a video on, is I think the mainstream media has always had like a bias, but there's also there's more local, like the kind of, the like, say, in 2005 the only place to get news was from the evening news, and it was more local, and like they might have biased stuff that's biased to like helping someone in the community, like they try to find the local good guy. So like the bias was like a bit more endearing to help a local person in the community, that there's like consensus, there was like support for the bias. It was more wholesome. But I think as the media's become more consolidated, it's now become more like a centralized, it's like a syndicated thing. Some person somewhere tells everyone what to say. The other thing I think that people underestimate is that today nobody wants to work for mainstream media. So I think that actual mainstream, old school mainstream media, they can't find qualified people, because like, think about it from your perspective. If you wanted to go become to say there's some bad stuff going on, you want to become an investigative journalist and expose corruption and talk about this political thing that really matters to you and affects your life. Which would you do? Would you start a YouTube channel, or would you apply for a job at a mainstream media organization like CNN, or even like the local news station or something? Like you're just gonna, like, even if you thought about applying to those places, they're gonna like control you, and you have to have a style guide, and you have to like speak in a certain way, and like there's the station has to support a particular candidate, and like you probably, if you care about journalism, you probably don't want to do any of that stuff. So I think that is like you go to the work at the news if you are willing to like submit to pushing whatever narrative. Like if you don't care. I actually my prediction is that mainstream news is actually going to be replaced by AI, and in the future news is going to be like way more spread out and distributed. And when stuff happens, like there'll be specialists, like webs of like aggregator people, so people will just say like, what are the main things, and then if there's like a really specific thing that happens, like a dam is about to break somewhere, it's not going to be like some reporter who goes there and like says like, how do you feel about this dam that's going to break? The way you'll get your news is, you'll follow some Twitter feed of like some person who's an expert in dam engineering and has been doing that for 50 years, and they have diagrams and stuff. And it's with AI, it's also getting harder to process the news. So you need like increasingly specialized experts to even tell you what is happening and what is not. Like I see a ton of stuff on coming up on Twitter. People just like post extremely specific and outrageous lies that are easily disproved, and then people will be like, Grok, is this true? And then Grok's like, nope, that didn't happen, no reports of this. Renting from Andy. Renting from Andy Iraq Burham in Manchester. I don't recognize that name. I think government is going to get replaced by AI. It could be either good or really, really bad. I don't know about government. There's often governments get pushed around by like people who have money. The money drives everything. I think people will use individual humans will try to use AI to replace the government. I think that will happen for sure. Let's see. Forget how to capture exceptions into a string. Am I already doing that with the logger? Interesting prediction. So you think the way we all will get the news is through AI chatbot or some kind of AI? I think for certain types of information, like for information that does not require lots of processing, and especially if it comes from a trusted source, it'll be AI. But I think it'll be like a perfect example, I think, is if you're a fisherman on a fishing boat, you get weather updates that are basically, they're AI, but like that's happened probably since the 1980s or something, where it's just like a teleprompter that'll say like, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has a wind hurricane warning for this region extending to this area with winds gusting up to this amount, and it's just like that type of news. You don't actually need a person talking. You just want like, what is the raw factual information? And I think for certain, like for mainstream news, like a kind of high level aggregation, if you just want to, like almost like if you just say, ask your AI assistant, like, hey Alexa, tell me what's the news today, and then it'll just tell you what the headlines are. But then like more specific, specialized stuff, like I said about, if there's some dam that's about to break somewhere, and people are speculating like, is it safe? Like what's going on? You'll go online and then you'll find like people will be mentioning like, hey, here's this Twitter feed of some guy who's a dam expert, and he has this very specific prediction, and that's where we'll get our information from. And then some other person who's an even better expert will say, oh, that other dam expert is stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I have 2 PhDs, but he only has 1. And then people will argue about it, make reaction videos about it, and endlessly reprocess it. Burham is the mayor. I see. YT. We got a super chat from James Goodrich, $5. TTS is not AI. Please no confuse. All right, I won't. Thank you very much for the $5. YT didn't like me telling you my brother was Northwest Engineer of the Year. Did it censor your post? That's weird. There's something. There's very few people that I've banned or more moderated in the chat. For some reason, YouTube's AI, it'll randomly suppress chats. I don't have any kind of filters, so I don't know why it filtered that. I do know. I have seen it censored your post. Huh. Yeah, I have noticed that it censors. It might have been because you mentioned the word Iraq. Because I notice sometimes if people start saying too many keywords that are common censorship words, then it'll start censoring other things. Tomorrow's 300. Yep, 300. Okay. I said when I watch your stream, it feels like I'm back in college. Interesting. And YouTube censored that? Well, if it censored that, that's really that's I find that disappointing. Iraq. You get censored now. Yeah, see, if people talk about like current events, if you talk about the Federal Reserve, that's one thing that'll get you censored. If you talk about that person whose name starts with E, that's a common one. Keeps getting censored. Just tried to say you were a distinguished professor giving info for free, and it censored that. Very strange. You mentioned a higher degree. You can't be saying these mythical things exist. I guess not. The AI censorship agent might have thought you could trying to circumvent censorship with another English word prefix. They could constitute relation with bad things. Censor candidate. Yeah, this is the reality we're heading toward, where like some crazy, super intelligent but super insane AI is just going to censor you randomly when you say things. If you say normal things, it'll be like, those are code words for bad things, and he'll censor you, and then that'll drive people to be more crazy, so they'll say more crazy things, and the AI will censor them more, and everyone's just going to get really crazy. LeadSpeak puts 3-letter agencies on your tail. I guess it'll be interesting to know how the system really works. I've had random comments censored for no discernible reason too. Yeah, that seems to be a theme. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed about the whole like tech online ecosystem, like especially from a business perspective. Like so many things I've tried to do over the years where you just get like instantly banned. Like trying to set up pages to sell stuff and live chat mentioned a certain year. Top chat is censored. I decay about you, but I speak in code all the time. Doublespeak is my favorite part of discourse. I think it'll become more and more common as the censorship industrial complex ramps up. Last comment was censored. The AI is listening intently. It knows that it needs to censor everything now. Big tech didn't get big by letting small tech function well. The thing is, if you completely destroy your small businesses, like if you created a generation of people that think they can, engage in capitalism by doing a small business in the tech industry, then the government decides to destroy them all, sabotage them all. It's not gonna be good for economic growth in the future. That's a swear word now. I had 10,000 business customers before Brexit. To be frank, decline was from Lord Madison's 2008. I'm not familiar with Lord Madison. I love AI, but I'm conflicted because of stuff like that. RIP OGAM's 10K customers. Like my most generational advances in technology, there's only a short window of time where it's in the hands of the people before the powers to be take control of it and use it as another mode of control. Yeah, it's I'm not sure where we're headed. Things are accelerating quickly. Unfortunately, like, housing providers use it to collude in ways that I'm failing to remember. I'm getting censored pretty heavily again. Can't even participate. Wow. Right, that's weird. We haven't even talked anything. We haven't even said anything about that's. I'm trying to think. What is even bad about this conversation? We're talking about censorship, so talk about censorship is not something you can talk about. Good morning from UK. Good morning. I mostly stopped watching streamers. Oh, because of getting censored in chat. Unhinged kleptocracy. We accept too much abuse from our big brothers. Nope, you can't criticize Big Brother. Said every one of my customers who left to use AWS is now out of business. It's so weird. It's AI is so good now. Like ChatGPT is really able to understand stuff. Like, I'm sure if you copy and paste this conversation into a chat and ask it about it, then I guess I have heard of that as a technique. I think it's, what is it, Google's AI is Gemini or something. So I guess I've never tried this, but I think if you ask Gemini like why some of these things are getting censored, it might have some insight, because that it is maybe the engine that's supposedly censoring it. Choose open or free. You can only speak freely, anonymously, or posthumously, as Scowl said. Censored for saying AI is censoring to protect its benefactors. Nope, you're not allowed to convey that information. But it's weird how it would censor that when you quote it. It doesn't censor it. Yeah, it's extremely capable, has massive blind spots, and it's a world model. Yeah, for sure. If it's censoring these conversations, which are pretty tame. Like, think about how much really bad stuff there is in the world, and then compare it to this conversation. I mean, that kind of censorship is going to have an enormously negative impact on society. It's going to make people. It's going to, like, especially when you don't know. Like, if you're a kid and your parent scolds you for saying a bad word, you're like, okay, I said the bad word. But when you're just getting like, I mean, it's like being pecked at by, like, a nuisance animal or something like that. And it's just like, it's random. You don't know how to change your behavior. She was on chat. Very refreshed, just not on your stream. Yep, that's because they want to trick you. So that way you don't think you're being censored, but they'll secretly censor you. Struggles to keep world state in mind. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's been going for so long, the context window is expiring. Addicted to your game Overwatch. You can chat while you play. I think the reason I fell in love with the game was the limits of what can be said in chat. I'm not talking about stuff that's actually offensive. They censor some wild stuff. They forget to censor a ton of stuff. Yeah, I thought it would censor more like people come into chat and talk about, substance use and stuff. I thought that would get censored, but YouTube is totally fine with that, I guess. Do you have any advice for someone getting into programming? That's a good question. I would say first it depends on what your objectives are for getting into programming. So the important question would be, are you getting into it for a career? Do you want to make money as a programmer as a career? The other question would be like, how old are you? And like, are you planning to go to university to study it, or is it like a side hobby type thing? Or like, if you already have a job, do you plan to use programming in your job to do something? And I think those would be depending on what your answer is to those questions, that would determine, I think, what the answer would be by quite a bit. Supposed to catch the exception. Yeah, I can't tell if you should walk or drive to the car wash. Speak some serious truths. That's what I'm here for. To be a power user, I guess that is a job skill itself. That's what got me into tech. They can't censor you, right? They can't censor you, though, right? How long before the stream is not live anymore? There's a delay if you say the wrong thing. Yeah, I've wondered that. I also wondered, like, maybe the reason, like, when my channel was trending, I had like 100 concurrent viewers, so it makes me wonder if maybe I'm saying the wrong things, and it, like, I don't know, is it labeled, like, I try not to ban people too much, and sometimes people come in and spam weird things, so it makes me wonder if, like, the AI has detected something it doesn't like in my streams, and that's why they don't get many views. But then again, it also might just be because they're kind of boring. Oh yeah, that's in a separate thread. I guess I have to think about what is the graceful way this thing can fail to connect. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of difficult to figure out what's going on. I'm sure there'd be some sort of appeal. I think like, I've never actually gotten any kind of flagging, or I've never even had a video that's been, like, not eligible for monetization. I mean, I think my channel's pretty tame for the most part compared to what else is on here, but I don't know. There may be some, like, I don't know. It's just like you can endlessly think about, like, what did you do wrong and stuff, but in this conversation, like, there's so many innocuous statements that were censored. It's just like there's no rhyme or reason to it. Anyway, I think I'll leave it here for tonight, and I'll pick this up again tomorrow night. The whole management of, like, setting up and tearing down these connections and error handling. There'll be a lot of lots of stuff to do to make this a bit more clear, especially, like, stuff with if the database connection goes down and stuff. It would be nice to have, like, a nice error, or allow you to reconnect instead of just crash. All right, have a good night. We'll be back for day 300 later.